honest to God. Been wanting to do this for a while. Just a little breakdown, a little walk around on my bike. And this is basically what I want to do on my channel, is I want to actually show real motorcycles and real cars and not unobtainium vehicles, as I kind of made that term, because I mean, like, you just can't afford shit like that. I mean, I look at my bike, I don't know how I afford this. I actually don't, I'm broke, but I got my bike, and this is it. It's SNS 95 cubic inch bottom end. I probably post a picture of the build sheet. It was actually built back in 2004. Pretty much everything on my bike has a story. That motor came from a good friend of mine, and known him my whole life, Ernie Rodriguez. That was actually exact copy of another motor that was built for a big tire chopper, like a Pro Street chopper, for his brother. His brother has a red crazy extreme chopper, Pat's bike, and they built these motors simultaneously, which the guy who built this is the Grand Master of Harley Davidson's, Bogey from Harley, and Bogey did a great job. I mean, it's fucking thank you Ernie. I mean, I don't know how else to say it, but my 95 is quite a great engine. Look at that thing. Working with a tripod here, so just bear with me. But yeah, and also towards the end of the day, so the lighting's not that great. I gotta figure out how to keep the screen on. There goes my shadow. Just starting with this guy, so just bear with me. Just like I forgot to cover the plate. But take a little look at her. I'm gonna go get something to cover my plate because Russ said so. 2003 Harley Davidson FX Defender Police originally. And in just a second I'll show you the buttons. Is SNS bottom end. Bike is named La Sucia Blanca by my friend Jay Rodriguez, and it is PPG Jack Frost white. Just recently had Gotham Speed install cartridges in the fork, but back to the motor. Actually had it installed by Sal Badfoot. Awesome dude, awesome fucking mechanic. Did an incredible job. Even came up with something to adapt the SNS engine without having to buy an $800 kit. At least for now. I mean, it's been miles I've been on that setup with the race wire, and I'm gonna knock on my head because I ain't got wood near me. But yeah, got a set of, like I was saying, these are Olin's. I always say Olin's / Big Bad Choppers. Full cartridge inserts, I guess. I didn't do them myself. I had Gotham Speed install them. Nikki and Eric over there did a great job. I probably won't get to every single part. There is my, let's see if we can get in there, purpose built, what do you call it, linkage for the shifter. And I also have flow pegs, flow V2s, I don't know, whatever they are, but they're awesome. And I have this another story. By the way, that motor was sitting since 2004 with 0 miles on it in my friend's apartment. Underneath that towel is a lay-down purpose-built bracket, and that is a Moon's taillight. These are villain to hero replica police bags. And you are not going to find anything better for that price. You're really not. I believe they were $600 plus the shipping. Crash bar. This was on my late friend Mikey's anniversary diner that he bought from Sal, and he didn't like it, so he removed it and he gave it to me, and he just recently passed away. And yeah, rest in peace, Mikey. I got a Barnett Kevlar clutch, and I have, of course, front and back Lindell brakes, real fancy rotors. Those were an incredible upgrade from factory. My sister did the decals at Danielle's Dandies. She makes candy and stuff. My BMC seat, my wall, which I actually love. I know there's a lot of seats out nowadays, a lot of choices. I would not choose another seat. I would stay with the wall. I love it. I think it's the most awesome seat in the world. I don't stunt, I don't wheelie. I took my hand with Big Mark Blocks trying to teach me how to do rolling burnouts, and that did not turn out well. Almost fucking wrecked and had no shirt on, no helmet. Everything that on this bike is a story. It really is. Yeah, Built-Well bars. I got some Built-Well high trackers. And let me show you those buttons. Yeah, those are the Built-Well high tracker and Built-Well Murdoch. Yeah, Built-Well Murdoch 8-inch pullback risers. Got some Drag Specialties shocks in the back and Drag Specialties levers and their steering stabilizer. And there you go, you'll see the Olin's expensive but awesome, makes my bike handle. Working on getting a set of back shocks eventually. There's a lot of little details in my bike. Chain conversion. Going to be upgrading to a steel sprocket and a new chain. Although this is probably fine, the one I have. Originally, when I got my bike, here's another story. My bike was molestified. It's the best way of putting it. My bike seriously was like ugly when I got it. And people may think it's ugly now, but I love it. A lot of people are like, oh, it's a piece of shit. You know, they talk about their own motorcycle or any motorcycle. Oh, they're all pieces of shit. I don't own many things. I'm not a rich man. And that is the point of my whole series that I'm going to go on that I want to do here is real bikes, real people, not those bikes that are so done up. And I mean, don't get me wrong, you might see something that's a little outrageous here and there on my channel, because I do have a lot of friends with a lot of motorcycles. But for the most part, any questions too, if you see anything that you like or you don't like or whatever it is, let me know in the comments, or hit me up on my Instagram at FrankRubicon_. Also, people are always intrigued by this piece right here. I have a stupid catch can that originally my old motor had a little blow by and it was about to croak on me. Like literally, I sold it to my friend and it died on him. And I'm very sorry about that. It was not an intention. But, make a long story short, my old motor was an 88 cubic inch with cam drive and 510 cams. And if you look on my old videos, you'll find it. It was pretty cool. It ran good for me. Did what I needed it to do. Just threw that other heat shield on. Another story, my friend Damien gave me these heat shields. He's an awesome kid. You'll see him in my videos. And yeah, I mean, that's my bike. Oh yeah, there was those buttons I've been meaning to show. See, I have not hooked up, but my bike originally had sirens and pursuit mode. You see pursuit over there. I mean, there's been people who told me get rid of the buttons, you don't use them, this and that. I don't know. It's part of the history of the motorcycle. And originally my bike had a wide glide kit on it when I got it. It was awful. So I have a Sportster Triple Tree, which eventually I'll find a DX one. DP, DX, whatever. It's not really that important, it's fine. I just can't use my steering lock. Or I could weld a tab on, whatever. No big deal. But yeah, that's S&S cases. And I gotta look at the cams. I believe they were Screaming Eagle. It's a lot of Harley Davidson parts. I have a Mikuni 42mm carburetor. And this R&S big sucker, half jacked up shit that I have to change. But that's my bike, and it's not a show bike. It's my rider. It's my only bike. It's part of my life. It's not even a hobby at this point. It's, if you're a biker or a motorcyclist, your bike means a lot to you. This one means a lot to me. Of course, everyone's going to notice the stupid sticker. Just want to clarify, I'm not making fun of any organization or any group. I do not belong to any groups. I do not do politics on my channel. You will not hear politics on my channel. It aggravates me. I love all Americans of every color, race, and creed. And we're not going to get into that. We are not here to talk politics. We're here to talk bikes. And fuck that shit. That's some boring shit. Don't leave it in the comments. I don't want to hear about it. It's white bikes matter, not white lives, not black lives. I have a black bikes matter as well. It's a stupid sticker. I wish I never put it on, but it grabs a lot of attention, and you know, maybe I can educate people not to talk about politics. Right? Right. But yeah, a lot of help from all my friends with this. A lot of help from good mechanics, some bad mechanics. But eventually you get to a point where it's like a sort of done, you know, and you can ride it. You do 130 on it now, and these forks, man. I mean, this cartridge setup. Kevin, thank you for talking me into this. Kevin Alsop at Big Bad Choppers. Was about to buy another brand. I'm not going to mention because that's not my style. But I was about to buy another brand, and he told me that brand has not really got it together yet. So I bought these, and Olin's makes them. I don't know, I see people running Legends because Legend sponsors them. I see people running Olin's because Olin sponsors them. I see people running whatever it is, you know, all the different brands that are out, Progressive, whatever works for you. That's how motorcycling is. If that works for you, you go with it. Oh, here's my stickers. Hot Style Dyna, another white Dyna out there, buddy of mine on Instagram, Gotham, and of course Austin and Peter Guns is Hipster Killer. And yep, East Coastin', baby. We love those guys. Favorite time of the year. But yeah, man, that is my motorcycle. Trying to get some good shots of everything. Your Big Bad Chopper motor mount, in which I'm waiting for Kevin to send me the other side. And it looks like I'm going to need a bushing soon. Maybe, I don't know, I got to take a look at that. Probably fine. But yeah, Big Bad Chopper's front motor mount, stock rear motor mount. I do plan on getting something for the rear, most likely the matching Big Bad Choppers. Stock ignition, She moves. Actually, my bike is actually pretty quick. I'm not going to talk shit on camera. But as far as my... People looking at me like I'm nuts. But as far as my favorite parts on the bike, I mean, gotta be the cartridges. I mean, everything on the bike is my favorite part. That's why I bought it. I would have bought other stuff if I wanted something else. I also run aluminum busher risings. I mean, riser bushing, busher risings. But aluminum in there, because that's just the way I like it. People might have their opinions on that. I don't care. But I do care about your opinions, so don't get me wrong. I run Avon tires for now. Avon Cobras. I'm thinking about getting Cobra Chromes. Just because Cruchy says so. I do listen to some people and they're actually intelligent. But like I said, it's hard in this game to actually figure out what parts are the right thing to get. But what, like I said, what works for you, what gets your bike down the road and straight and safely. People are going to notice my cables and my wiring. I'm working on it. That's definitely on the list of things that need to be sorted out on this bike. You know, I mean, I can see things just by looking at it. I'm going to need to clean some stuff up, but for the most part, I love her. She's my baby. Well, my girl's my baby, and my doggy's my baby, and this is my other baby. But yeah, that's basically it. I'm sure I'm forgetting 250,000 things. And I just want to shout out to my boy Frankie, NYMF. See my cool keychain. Best bar there ever was NYMF. Miss it. Only place I felt comfortable. Even parked the bike in it one night. Bike has a lot of stories. That's what, when you get bonded with your motorcycle, that's what happens, is stories. I mean, you just remember this time and that time. And I remember a lot of good times on the bike. Let's get a nice back angle. Working on the editing, guys. I'm doing the best I can right now with the sun. The sun is beating down. But yeah, that's her.